Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. One of my viewers, Amanda, asked me if I would make some, I just threw that over there, some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I didn't know I had some, but I did. You know how it is, I always have a bunch of, I'm a crafty hoarder, so of course I had some, and I shook mine up really, really well, and this is the result I got from it. It has kind of an iridescent green cast to the shine. I don't know if you can see that. And the white is, you can still kind of see through the white. It's not a thick paint. It's very, very thin, and there's a marble in it. So I had a marble that I got from a craft store in the flower department. It's a small marble. Unfortunately now it's inside here, so I can't show it to you. And I took, this is an old bottle that had some hairspray in it that I took the hairspray out of, and I used some of Nicole's Craft Studio Azalea Pink and some pink mica powder. Now the mica powder is from LA Colors, and I'll show you this in a little bit because I want to show you how to make Wink of Stella as well. So we'll do that in a second. But what I wanted to show you was the end result of this. I filled about, let's say, about 1/4 of my bottle with alcohol. Any alcohol is fine, like any percentage, 70, 80, 90, whatever. Use whatever you have on hand. About 1/4 of the bottle. Then another 1/4 of the bottle I filled with water. And I would recommend hot water or warm water to make your other things melt better. Then I used another 1/4 of the bottle in the Azalea Pink craft paint. This is from AC Moore. It's a craft store if you're not familiar with it. And then I use my pink mica. It's important that you use the same color mica powder, and that's from that same LA Colors. And that'll give it the sparkle that we need. If you don't have mica powder, but you have some of this Liquitex Iridescent medium, that would work as well. I did try originally this folk art really glittery, it's called extreme glitter acrylic paint, but it was way too thick and it made it almost impossible for the squirter to work. So what I thought I would do is give this a try. I'm shaking it really well. It has my tiny marble in it. The marble is very small. It's probably about the size of the end of your pinky, about that big around. It's not very big. And then we're going to give this a shot, see how it works. Now my pink is a darker pink because that's what that's the color I went for. And we'll see how sparkly it is in a second. And remember, her white looks like that, so you can see through it. And so when you can see through my pink, that's fine. I have the same green iridescence going on. I'm going to take my the back of this and put it on my stencil, and then we'll be able to see what the reverse of the stencil does on it. When I sprayed the white, I'm going to do that for you because I want you to see that too. I think what we'll do is we'll do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to spray the white. I'm going to shake it really good again. I don't know if you can see this, but remember how really runny and how my pink kind of went all over the place? See, the white is doing the exact same thing. White did do a nice job of holding up under the stencil and not going under the stencil. I was surprised by that because when it was as runny as it was, I kind of expected to have it go all over the place. We'll get the pink one. Okay. And we'll lift that one off. I think in a side-by-side comparison, as far as glittery goes, they both seem fairly glittery. They both have that weird, like, you know how you have some darker areas filled in and some lighter. They both have that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but It looks roughly the same to me, so I hope that's what you were looking for. If it's not, let me know, but I think that it's as close to the Heidi Swapp version as I'm probably going to get, and it doesn't take a lot of ingredients, and it's pretty inexpensive, so you should be able to make that if you want to give it a try. I'm going to show you this again once it's dried, because I'm going to let it air dry so that in case you don't have a heat tool that you can do it. And in the meantime, we're going to make some Wink of Stella. Now, a lot of people make Wink of Stella in a lot of different ways. I'm going to put it in this little container for those of you who don't have a water brush. Now, if you have a water brush, and I don't know if you know what a water brush is, but let me show you what a water brush is. If you have a water brush, it would look like, well, this is a flat one, but it would look like this, and this part of it is full of water, and then you paint from there. And with Wink of Stella, you would fill this with your Wink of Stella. Now, when I make my own Wink of Stella, you want to make sure that you use white mica powder, and so that LA Colors that I talked about, the this eyeshadow, this is what you're going to want to use, and you're going to use it in the white. I bought that little container. I think I bought that at the Dollar Tree, this little container. I know I bought this one at the Dollar Tree. It has the mica powder in it. You can use any of your old eyeshadow. If you look on the back, it usually will say the ingredients, and in this case, this one is called Snow White, but it says on the back of the packaging, I'm pretty sure. See, the first ingredient is mica. Can you see that right there? Mica is what you want, because that's going to make the sparkly shine that you need. So what you're going to do is you're going to take something that's got a really sharp point on it, and you're going to jab under the bottom and pull off the bottom of this. Not the top, the bottom. I have a container of white mica powder already. This is the white mica that I already have. I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is, but it's really, really, really sparkly. And what you do is you're going to take your bottle from LA Colors, and you're going to dump it in here. And you get a ton out of here. It's amazing. I don't know if you can see how much is still in there, but there's still a lot inside. And then you can open the top if you want to. There's a little brush inside, and I'll yank that out if I can. What I do with a little brush is I just go around the inside with it, and then that gets a bunch more out. You'll get a lot out of this. In fact, I think the amount that I had in this little container was just one of these containers, one of these little pots. So that's how you do it. You can use that brush for other things if you want to. Now, when you make this, there are a couple different ways you can do it. One way you can do it is by using this Liquitex Iridescent medium. You can do that and add to it just some water, and that should work for you. So we're going to do that first, and we're going to make two different batches. And when you use this, you're only going to use 2 drops or one little blob. We're going to use the one little blob system, and then the rest that came off of my finger. And then we're going to use some water. Pull that out of the way. That was about, I don't know, 15 or 20 little squirts. And then you're just going to use, I'm going to use the back of a spoon, and you're just going to stir these two together. You have to do a really good job of stirring, because you're going to make sure that you don't have any clumps in there, and your that iridescent medium will leave like little not spots, I don't know what we'll call it. It just leaves like little droplets that are still kind of solid, not liquefied. Then we're going to take a piece of our black paper that we used before, because I think black paper is the easiest to see Wink of Stella on. Here's our black paper, and here is our Wink of Stella. I think I have too much on there, maybe not. Okay. Now, can you see? You don't want to have too much, because Wink of Stella shouldn't be overwhelming with glitter. Can you see that? That is Wink of Stella 1.0, 2.0. I don't know. We're going to call it Sandy's version with just the iridescent medium. Then the other thing that I've made this a few different ways. The other way that I've made it is with the MICA, and I like the MICA system better because I have better control, but I didn't have a binding agent on it before. I watched a video, and I don't remember who it was, but they made a Wink of Stella version where they used the MICA powder, and they used some gum arabic as the binding ingredient. So I'm going to do that this time. Use a very, very little bit of your gum arabic. And you don't want to put, when you do this, you're going to put your water in first. We're going to do the same probably, I did 20 drops that time. And we're going to take just a teeny tiny bit of this. I'm making sure my spoon is dry on the end. You're going to take a little bit just like that. And you're going to kind of tap it over the top so that it makes it easy to combine. And then we're going to add to this, we're going to add our mica powder. Okay, there's that. You can always add more, but you can't take any back. So I'm going to add just that much. I don't know how much that would be in terms of a teaspoon, but not even an eighth of a teaspoon. It's probably way too much. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, very glittery. And if you get too much glitter in these fake Wink of Stellas, you're going to have to make sure that you dilute it, because you don't want your I'll show you. Here's the one we just made. Mixing it together, and we're going to put it over here. Make sure we think it's not too glittery. There's that one. Then I'm going to get the first one we made, and I'll put it side by side so we can see if we need to add anything to this one. I think this one in the blue pot, the one that we made with the Liquitex Iridescent medium. By the way, you can buy that at any craft store, like Hobby Lobby, AC Moore, Michael's, any of those. When you use that, you use such a small amount. I think of the two of them, that's this one. I really think this one is more Wink of Stella because it's not as glittery. Look how glittery this one is. It's not too much, but it's more than this one was. So if you're going to do this, you might want to add more water to this one, because as I said, this one has a lot of glitter in it, but it's completely up to you. The thing I like about doing it like this is you haven't committed. I'm going to add quite a bit more water to this one because I'm going to make it pink. This is the one that originally just had mica in it, so I'm going to, and the gum arabic. So I'm going to add a little bit of the pink mica because I want to give it a try and see what the pink will look like. I changed my mind, and decided I would go with copper so we could see a really different color in action. And this is, again, the same kind of, it's the same eyeshadow as we used before. Making sure my thing is dry. Might be too much. Put the lid on that. Here's our copper. And I got my brush. And this is how easy it is to change the colors of the different, if, you know, again, Wink of Stella is not supposed to change. You're not supposed to not be able to see through it. So you're just supposed to have the gold or the bronze on the top of it. You're not supposed to have bronze that you can't see through. So that's how you make the bronze. You just add a bronzy color, or copper, sorry. You just add the coppery mica to it, and that they have all those colors in every Dollar Tree I've been at sells those in the eyeshadow department. You can put it in your brushes, the water brushes, but if you do, you have to make sure you use a bigger brush, because sometimes the glittery part will clog up your brush. So I would recommend doing it this way, using, you know, making a batch, putting it in something that's sealed, and then using it on paper like I did there. So you can see the copper and then the white. I think all three, or all of them, look pretty good. Here is our project that we started with our Heidi Swapp, what's it called? Color Shine, I think it's called. Color Shine. It's supposed to have brilliant color, and it's supposed to have a sparkle to it. Okay, here it is dry. Hers is the white, and mine is the pink. I have to say, I don't notice a big difference in either one. They both have glitter in it, and you can see the shine. Hold on, it's harder to see the shine on the pink than it is on the there. Maybe you can see it on that angle. Can you see it there? I can kind of see it in the light. If you can't, I apologize. It's hard to do. It's kind of one of the things that's tricky, is showing something that's sparkly. But that is my version of it. I hope you give that a try if you're interested in doing it. And Amanda, I hope it was what you were looking for. If you have any things like this you'd like me to try, let me know. I'm always open to coming up with a solution for something that is a DIY. And I hope you'll give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell one friend about me on social media, because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.